Now, good morning, everybody. Cruiseman here, and today we are just about to finish up this 2024 Honda Goldwing, at least this phase of the project.
This video is sponsored by Cruiseman's Garage Honda Goldwing Maintenance Video Series.
I got my accessories installed. In the last video, you saw me put the show chrome front fork lights, the side marker lights on the front fork, and also the side marker lights on the rear saddlebag lids. And if you haven't seen that video yet, you want to get caught up, make sure you check up above. I'll put a link to that video up above and in the description of this video. I've also got some other videos in the series where I installed some other projects as well. So today, what are we doing? Well, this is what I'm calling phase one. I did not get everything done in this phase that I wanted to get done. I was hoping to go ahead and have home link installed and my side marker lights, my LED entry lights, which come from Honda. The problem is I have the LED entry lights, but I don't have the home link. It's back ordered from Honda, apparently. I'm waiting on it to come in from Southern Honda. So that's going to be on delay. I don't want to leave the bike apart waiting for that product to come in. It could be, who knows when it's going to come in. So I am going to end up having to take some of the bike back apart again because the top shelter has to be removed to install the LED entry lights. So my plan is to go ahead and get this thing buttoned up. Now, put back together so I can ride my bike. I've been down for over a week because I did a custom wiring job. I'll talk more about that later. Today, what I'm going to do before I start reassembling the bike and putting it back together, I am going to put a ceramic coating on the paint. A lot of you have asked me, am I going to ceramic coat this motorcycle? That's what we're going to do today. Before we put the bike back together, I've got my coffee brewing in there. I'm getting ready to go get my Ember mug. It is 5:25 in the morning. I'm going to get an early start today. Okay, that's a little better now. I've got my coffee, my Ember mug, which I love this thing. I've been using this thing every day since I got it. And I love it because it keeps my coffee hot for more than 2 hours. And when I'm working out in the garage, it's amazing. I mentioned I'm going to be doing the ceramic coating on this motorcycle. I'm going to be using a product called Armor Shield 9. They actually have a newer version of this, which is, I don't know if it's Armor Shield Max or whatever. And if I already had this, so I'm going to use it. If I were buying it now, I probably would buy their upgraded version. It's only like another $10 or $20. And this, I think, is rated to last 1 to 3 years. The new one, I believe, is 3 to 5 years, has a longer life. I've used this before. I used it on my 2018 Goldwing. I absolutely loved it. Oh, and by the way, Armor Shield is not sponsoring the video, but I am an Armor Shield affiliate, and several of you have purchased this product through my affiliate link because that does help support the channel, and I do appreciate that. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have purchased and used Armor Shield. How do you like it? How did it work for you? The things I like about it is not only did it seem to protect the paint well, made it much, much easier to clean. In between thorough washes, you could basically just rinse it off with water and the stuff just flies off. It gives the paint a very nice deep look, but another advantage is it is extremely easy to apply. It is not as cumbersome as some of the other ceramic coating products. It's a very easy product to apply. Now, I'm going to do things a little differently in this video because I have several parts removed from the motorcycle. And I thought, maybe there's an advantage to that. Maybe I should do the ceramic coating with these parts off the bike before I put it back together, because there are some little nooks and crannies that you can get to when these parts are off the motorcycle that you can't get to when they're installed on the bike. For example, the side covers that cover the battery and cover the right side of the motorcycle. These little ridges up here kind of live underneath the seat. So it's almost impossible to get up in there. Same with the front fender. There's little parts of the fender up here that are very difficult to get to. Not that it's important, it's not crucial that you do get to those parts, but I just thought if I had the bike apart anyway. I'm taking a shortcut on this bike, and I'll tell you why. I've examined the paint. The first thing I did is I went over every panel, and this bike is pristine. It's only got about 1,000 miles, maybe 1,200 miles on it. And I don't see any visible, even minor scratches. The biggest concern is the black parts of the motorcycle, the painted gloss black, because that's where you're most likely to see your scratches and your hairline scratches. Normally, when you do ceramic coating, you're going to go through a process. You're going to wash the motorcycle thoroughly, and then you're going to remove any existing wax. You're going to use an IPA, which is isopropyl alcohol solution. You want to make sure you're down to that raw clear coat with nothing on it, and that's what you want to apply the ceramic product to. I'm going to skip a lot of those steps because I don't think I need to do the polishing on this bike. If I do see I did see a couple of minor scratches on the gas tank lid. I'm taking a shortcut. Now, if you want to see the long version of how to do a ceramic coat, which may be the case you'll need to do on your motorcycle, I have a whole series of videos. I think it's a 3 or 4 step series where I show the wash, I show the polishing steps, how to use the electric polisher to polish out the paint. I'm just very fortunate that this motorcycle is so new, so clean, so scratch-free. And the only thing I'm going to mask off today is going to be this spoiler from Pathfinder LED. I damaged the finish of my previous Pathfinder LED by using alcohol. I was going to ceramic coat that Pathfinder LED spoiler. And there is some kind of finish on this matte black of this spoiler that if you get alcohol on it, you're going to mess up the finish. You can clean it with all-purpose cleaners. You can clean it with soap and water. You can clean it with a lot of things, but you can't use alcohol on it. I learned my lesson. I have my side covers. I have my front fender. I've also got the middle cowls off the bike, but you can do a bang-up ceramic coating job with the bike altogether. I'm just doing it this way because I happen to have the bike apart. So again, I'm trying to be very careful with this spoiler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my IPA solution. I'm going to use it by spraying this. The trunk is very clean. I'm going to use it by spraying it onto this microfiber cloth and wiping down the entire surface. And then I'm going to come back with this cloth. Is the best I've seen for being a microfiber that's completely lint-free. So I'm just going to basically spray my IPA solution on here. And I'm just going to go over and make sure that all of these parts are free from any protectants. Come in here and dry this off good and get a good, smooth, clean surface. Once again, with the trunk open, I can get down into this area, which when the trunk's closed, you can't really get to. So I'm going to just go ahead and spray this down with my IPA solution. So here you can see I've removed the rear fender, and this is what I'm talking about. This little part right here is almost impossible. It is impossible to get to. There are a lot of places on the Goldwing that are virtually impossible to get to. For example, in between the bottom of the trunk and this saddlebag, there's no way to get up into that channel to either get it clean or to apply a ceramic coat. So that would have to be done. You'd almost have to take the trunk off the motorcycle to get to it. Now, some of you have asked me about the wheels. Do I ceramic coat the wheels? I will not be doing that in this video. I may be getting a different ceramic coat product for that. I may actually get the Max for the wheels, because they do get quite a bit of abuse with brake dust and everything else. While I've got this rear fender off, I also like to clean the back side of the mufflers. Now, before I begin my polishing, I'm going to give a quick shout out to this Vitamin. I'm using it once again. It's coming in clutch because my polisher is electric. It is AC, and this, I have been using this extensively. It's basically a portable power supply, battery power supply. I'll be reviewing it, and I've been using the heck out of it. So it's so easy just to put it, now it's heavy, but it's easier than trying to drag extension cords all over the garage. I'm using my Griot's correcting cream. I want to shake it up really good. So I've got my few little dabs on here. What I'm going to do is smear it around a little bit. Doesn't take much polish, really. I'll go ahead and do the rest of this while I'm at it. I'm going to hit it just a little bit more. As I was going over the bike with the IPA, I did notice a small scratch up here in this area. It actually ran from here over to here. So I went ahead and did some wet sanding with 3000 grit sandpaper. I believe I have removed the scratch. Now, can I get rid of the marring left by the 3000 grit sandpaper? I'll be using my correcting cream from Griot's Garage and see if we can't bring this back to a nice shine.
A few moments later.
And this is now what it looks like after we did our polish. I'm going to come in now and use the perfecting cream, which is the finest polish. This is the Griot's perfecting cream. This is the finest polish, and basically what this will do, this will remove any tiny scratches left behind by the correcting cream, which was the step a little bit harder cut than this one. So here is the Armor Shield 9 that I'm going to be applying to the paint. I'm going to start with all of the small pieces that I have here on the table. And while that is flashing, or drying basically, then I'm going to come over here and go and do the major parts of the motorcycle. Once I've finished with this and the motorcycle itself, I'm going to set these parts aside and I'll bring my middle cowls up here and I'll do those last. And we're just going to put a few drops on here. You don't have to worry about getting it on these lenses. It'll be fine. It's not going to hurt anything. And it's also fine if you get it on the black, the matte black parts of the bike. It isn't going to harm anything. Okay, now while these are flashing, I'm going to go ahead and start on the rest of the bike. So as I get ready to go back over the bike with this microfiber to polish everything off, I just want to thank you for joining me for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And remember, I always put links to all of these products in the description of the video. I'll give you links to the Armor Shield 9 that I use. They also have the new Max version. I'll put a link to that as well. These are affiliate links, so if you do choose to purchase, it doesn't cost you any more money, but I do get some credit for it, and it does help support the channel. So I appreciate your support. Thank you. Also, the Maintain the Obsession t-shirts still available, shop.cruisemansgarage.com. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. That really helps my YouTube channel. Remember, I still have this vision of getting to 100,000 subscribers. So basically, thanks for your support. Thanks for sharing the video with your friends and your riding buddies. Remember what I always say, ride often, but ride safe.